All right, season 2 is in the books. The Buffalo Sabres win the championship game over San Francisco, preventing the back-to-back. Matter of fact, we got to look at the awards here for the season. So again, so far, San Francisco and Buffalo each earning a championship, despite San Francisco's back-to-back President's Trophies. Cedric Corey was the Art Ross winner, much to X-Tech's delight. I actually did hear back from him, too. His words, Cedric and Natalie Spooner, going to put up numbers. He is correct. He is correct. Your Hart Trophy winner, Alina Muller in Honolulu. Second straight year as well. Brock Faber for the Seattle Sea Cattle wins the Norris, while Sam Reinhart in Honolulu wins the Bing. Kansaroff does indeed win the Calder. Again, had a hunch with plus-minus mattering in terms of award voting for whatever reason that he would win it. Conn Smythe winner Nick Schmaltz in Buffalo, while Mashmeyer was the Vezina winner for the Seattle Stallions. We did have the Masterton winner in Ruchin, a.k.a. the worst player in the league. Ottawa's coach won the Jack Adams Selke Trophy to Sasha Barkov in Brooklyn. Ted Lindsay Award to Alina Muller in Honolulu. And Austin Matthews makes it consecutive Rocket Richard trophies. In the AHL, we saw the Ottawa Senators and the LA Kings each win a Calder Cup so far. Fraser Minton was the AHL's leading point scorer. He was also league MVP. Vinny Lettieri scored the most goals, while Konyushkov was the top rookie. Kramer was the best defenseman, or defender. Remy Poirier, top goaltender. And Paul Ludwinski, the MVP of the Calder Cup winning Kings. They give you a trophy for worst player. That is typically who it goes to in this game for the Masterton, yeah. It's like, well, you didn't quit mid-season, so here's your award. All right, last year, we did not have too much luck on the lottery front. We ended up with the 3rd overall pick, missed out on Porter Martone. Still got a good player, though. There's nobody in the top 5 that I am allowed to draft, which sucks. I highly doubt Mikhail Korolev's going to be available to us either. Ryan Rubruk might. And Ethan Belshitz might also be available. I'm going to have to actually use my final scouting options just to make sure. I think old Belchets or Rubruk is probably going to be the pick. But yeah, no guaranteed medium elite. So we'll have to see what we can do with those last bit of scouting. But yeah, the lottery doesn't matter to us now as much. So we'll see what happens. And will it be a lottery win? No. Second year in a row, we fall to 3rd. The Arizona Coyotes have won the lottery with Quebec. Also moving up them specifically from 5 to 2. Okay. What do we got for player retirements here? Mark Giordano, Pat Maroon, Ilya Kovalchuk, 2 different versions of Ryan Reeves. Hopefully quite a few duplicates here. A couple of options, but nothing too crazy. What do we got on defense? Gio Bortuzzo. A couple Dylan McElraths. Louis Domingue and Hari Satari. Okay. Can you not pick real players? You can. They just have to be a gritty player type, of which nobody is. Mark Giordano became a coach. We'll have to look into that. Whoops. Well, I just hit the button too fast. That sucks. Muscle memory kicked in. Okay. Well, the Arizona Coyotes have the first pick. They take Gavin McKenna. And the Quebec Nordiques select Stenberg. So I need to make a decision here. I could hope that Rubruk is a power forward, but I don't know for sure. Given that Raging thinks he's set up as a sniper, that scares me a bit. One Ethan Belchets. 6'5", 241. Man, if he's not a power forward, who the hell is, right? There is Vigo Bjork. Definitely won't be the player type that we need. Not allowed to trade back. Our pick's our pick. Brady Wasselin, I don't remember if he's a power forward or not. Valentini's only 6 foot. There is another goalie in William Lassell. If we really wanted to play it safe. We are, of course, allowed any goalie type. Adam Nemec. Ackerman. About Rozzy. Nicholas Aram Olsen. 200-foot game. That really makes me think two-way instead of grinder. Like I said, we could play it super safe with the goalie. But I think we do have to risk it for one Ethan Belchets. I mean, he has to be available, right? He's got to be. Size and skill, leadership, size and strength. I mean, come on. If that's not a power forward, who is? He's got to be. Ethan Belchets is the pick. Thank God. Oh, he's a medium elite, too. Okay, that actually didn't end up going that bad. I was expecting medium or high 6. All right, 78 overall, medium elite out of the gates. Has unstoppable force and big rig. That is going to be a nice little 1-2 punch with Magnus on the top line. The Belchets. Heck of a pick for us there. As we go all the way to pick number 49, but before that, is there a Connor Martindale? Oh, Colin. Rubrik was a sniper, so absolutely made the right choice. Brady Wasselin was a power forward, but I honestly think we picked the better guy. What was the goalie? Might have fucked up there by not taking the goalie. However, goalies are fucking voodoo in this game, as we know. Right? We don't need a 90 overall goalie. So I'm okay with this. I am okay with that. All right, but the argument could be made. Oh, fuck. What the hell was this? I know we didn't have that many scouts, but Jesus, the ones that we did have, what the hell were they even doing? 6'4" defenseman Kondratiev. Simon Katalicki. Katalicki? Probably Katalicki. Let's pick up one of the 17 Connor Ingrams. You're not wrong. Daniel Henry, a big 6'5" winger. Who else do we have here? Axel Brongo Larson. What a great name. Anybody else? God, that dude's a two-way. That's a shame. It's fucking huge. Rositas doesn't work. Oh, boy. Alex McLean, we don't know for sure. Levi Benson definitely isn't. Ty Challenger, great name, but Von Galyanov definitely isn't going to fit the bill. Smith, probably not. Adam Gollier, 6'4" defenseman. Kirk Dowell, we know is pretty much going to be a defenseman. Rossetto's not going to make it. Good thing Ty Challenger doesn't play for the Rockets. Not yet. Give it time. Could be relocation. Too soon, by the way. 6'2" Carter Hicks. All right. I think we have our short list. 4 defensemen. We don't know a damn thing about Vyacheslav Kondratiev. Then there's Kirk Dowell. I mean, if we could trust that, that would be insane. And then Adam Golgier, I'm not sure. Most of them at best are 2 out of 4 accuracy. That's a bit interesting. What about the forwards? High 9 for Katalicki's really not bad. 2 years out, Tom Wilson comparison. Or we go for Daniel Henry that we... Okay, so it's clearly between one of these two. Clearly. Do we go for more of the safe bet power forward? Or do we roll the dice on Kirk Dowell and hope that there's some accuracy there? I think we got to go for Dowell, right? I mean, he won't be available with the next pick. High nine's better than medium top 6, but we don't know for sure if this guy's medium top 6. He might not be. If there's accuracy to those ratings, it could just be our scouts fooling us, but no defined weaknesses, 3 out of 4, 1 year out. We know we didn't risk it with the goalie earlier. We're going for Kirk Dowell. Please let this work. Could be a high overall, low 4, which I would take. We're good with that. 78 overall, medium top 4. Kirk Dowell. Immediately NHL. Oh, he's a great skater, too, for a big defensive defenseman. Whew. Dude, he's only 17 as well. That's a great pick. This has been another very strong draft for us, and we're only 2 picks in. Whew. Now, obviously, the question is, what will that other forward look like? We know he was a high 9, but what was his rating? Apparently, Kondratiev that we were looking at, or could have looked at, was also pretty good. So, you'd have a line of the same player and goalie tandem at the same goalie. Unfortunately, the players getting drafted will not be duplicated. Also, Barnaby. Not too bad either. Henry was a 2-way. Ooh, this guy was only a 67. Absolutely made the right pick. Round number 3. Who do we have here? It's not looking too promising so far. Not at all. Again, there was Novotny down there. Carter Hicks, Arkhipov. I don't remember who the hell I looked at so far and who I didn't. Solomon. The potential DFD. Carson Carrells. Or Carols. Max Sturm's a big dude. He might fit the player type that we need. Rosian, probably not. Potential enforcer. Caden Sienko? I'm not sure. Josh Lee, there's no way you're enforcer at 5'8", 147 pounds. Like a Noah Teamu. Brady Blaseg. That's an enforcer name, though, if I've ever seen one. A goaltender. Tiny Book. Fucking Tiny Book. Is that our guy in goal? Fucking Tiny Book. Jamie DeMaio, probably not. Boris Kolsnik, maybe. Austin Ball in goal. Ted Cairns, big dude. Ivanens isn't going to work. Another goalie. Brad Barabal. And then a low 6 defender. Peyton Kearns. Kravchenko's 6'4". Jackson Rutter's not going to work out for us. Sven Hoagland. Just trying to scout pretty far ahead here. More goalies. Logan Edmonstone. And Riley Budd. We'll leave it there for now. Okay, so for goalies, hello. Well, Damian Buckley in the next round as a confirmed medium elite. He's got a long way to go. But if we don't want to go for Tiny Book, we could definitely take a goalie in the next round. Good to know. Defensively, Nobody guaranteed to be anything. A bunch of dudes that are listed as like potential enforcers. I just don't believe it. But let's take a look here. So Wotherspoon at 6'4", size and strength, 5 years out at 19. Tommy Markkanen, strength, zone play, shot blocking. That's believable. He could be what we need. Sven Hoagland, 3 years out. That's okay. Noah Teamu, offensive zone instincts. That kind of scares me away. Caden Sienko, physical play. We like that. Should be what we need. Hunter Solomon. None of these guys are jumping off the page as, oh my God, we have to draft this guy right now. But it could still work out. I don't trust Carroll's there. What about Brady Blaseg? A little bit surprised he doesn't necessarily have the physicality. Who do we got at right wing? Again, nobody that's really going to fit the bill of what we need. Only guy so far was Ted Cairns, who I think was from last season or an accidental click. Clearly, like there's nobody there. Left wing side. Actually, I guess he wasn't an accidental click. He was there, but there for a reason, but not a very good one. All we know is that these guys are tall, so maybe they'd be the right player type. And then center, there was nobody. So most of the dudes I was finding to pin to the board here ended up being defensemen. God, I wish that guy wasn't a two-way. That's rough. Okay, so we can take a defenseman here and then a goalie in the next round with Damian Buckley. Technically, we could take 2 goalies, but it just seems like overkill. We need to be able to fill out a roster. So out of this group, 5 years, 4 years, 4 years, 3 years for Hoagland at 17. Can't guarantee he'll have the best potential in the world. But seems like a safe pick. Let's go for the Swede. That's worse than I was hoping for. Low 6. Not great. I was hoping at least for a medium 6. I feel like that's the first decent miss that we've had. He is 17, though, so I mean, he has some time to turn it around, but let's see. Who else, or who should we have been eyeing up here? A lot of two-ways. A lot of snipers. First eligible player, Solomon, was a medium 6. Bure, I didn't have marked down. Sturm would have been a good pick, but a total shot in the dark. Carroll's actually would have been fine. Looks like the best that we missed out on was a medium 9 or a defensive equivalent at a medium 6, so it's not a disaster. Yeah, Sienko was there. Not a total disaster. Still a missed pick. Yeah, Blaseg would have been fine too. And Tiny Book was a medium elite, but again, we don't necessarily need to be upset about that because we know we're getting a medium elite goalie in this round unless somebody took him early, which they did not. We are going with Damian Buckley, a medium elite, 48 overall. So no guarantees that he develops, but we do get a medium elite goalie. So good first round pick, really good second round pick. Third round, fourth round, decent again. Let's see if we can find one more good player in this draft. Fifth round here. Let's see, so goalies, we don't know a damn thing about anybody. Like maybe Connor's okay. But again, we don't really need a goalie, so we might as well take risks on defenders. In which case, there are some defenders to take risks on. But not many. Francis Beach, who's at least a bigger defender. Oh, anybody else? Why is I hate that the information loads so slowly. It makes it more annoying to double check height and weight unless I want to scroll over every time. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we're pretty much at that point where we know people aren't going to be that great. Right wing side, I mean, this guy here might be half decent. Let's see. Jack, it's draft to glory, so no major free agent signings or trades. We can only build through the draft. And in this particular one, power forwards, grinders, enforcers, DFDs only. As we are looking to build a physical hockey team. All right. So yeah, we're hurting a little bit. We are hurting a little bit for eligible players. Unless we just take a shot in the dark based on draft projections. Again, I wish I could take Falk, but I can't. Hay is 6'2", no guarantees there. So another Swedish defenseman, Mats Davidsson. Got someone like Braylon Edmonds, Garrett Jackson. Yeah, I mean, Davidson might just be the guy. Or Trenton Wotherspoon, but the guy is 6'4", 19 years old, though. I mean, honestly, he's probably worth the risk. That's just kind of where we're at right now. Let's go for Trenton Wotherspoon. Take another defenseman. We needed that. We needed that. Low elite. Now, he is 19, but with low elites, you rush him to the NHL. You never know who will develop. God, he is slow as hell. But we will take a low elite in the 5th round. No doubt. No doubt about that. That worked out pretty well. Falk was a low elite, of course, that we knew about. I can't imagine there was anybody better. Oh, wow. Jackson was also a low elite. Also at 19. Okay. Beach was low elite, but he was a 2-way. Yeah, we did pretty well for ourselves there. 6th round. Not too many people left. Did I have anybody on my list? Nope. We are officially in the dark. We are officially in the dark. So we will just look for a huge dude. Almost Sivanen. Another Finn, Tommy Tharkey. 6'5", Gene Mendez. 6'4", Dominic Brown. 6'5", Lars Magnuson. Matthias Eriksson. Of course, we're going for height, but I'm needing to make sure that we're drafting guys that are actually projected to be drafted, as opposed to just taking dudes who are like projected down in the 1000s. So, let's see here. What else can we find? 6'5", Colton Bridgman. Okay. We got one more timeout left, don't we? Indeed we do. So let's see. 6th round. It is just best guess at this point. No goalies. Quite a few defenders. Quite a few forwards, too, actually. So Curry's 19. 18 years old. Yeah, we want to make sure these guys are 18. More development time. Mikola's only 17, so I mean, plenty of development time there. Suvanen might not be bad. 2 out of 4, medium top 6, even if he's like a low 9. That is a usable player for us. Let's see what else we have here. We'll take out Bridgman at 19, Shodin at 19. Mendez was 19, Turnbull's fine. And then Dominic Brown. And I think we have our guy. I think we'll go for Tuomo Suvanen. 5 years out, but let's hope for the best. Honestly, oh, he's a 2-way. Oh, you son of a bitch. Medium bottom 6 would have been nice. We draft our first player that is ineligible to play for us. Well, at least it happened in the 6th round. So round number 7. We know Turnbull's a two-way. So we're looking at Sasha Longvida. The German. Well, that's not great. Last 2 picks both end up being two-way forwards that I'm not going to be allowed to bring in. It was a good draft aside from that, but that does hurt our short-term depth a little bit. Damn. Good news is we should be able to sign more scouts here and get a little bit more of a thorough scouting department. But that hurts. It does hurt. All right, goalie-wise, Kovar can go. And we are immediately going to sign Damian Buckley and throw him to the Wolves at the NHL level. Defensively, Dowell, of course, immediately gets signed to his ELC. He is our top defender. A bunch of these veterans can be let go. We will be signing Hoagland, even though he was a low 6. Throw him to the Wolves. And Wotherspoon as well. Throw him to the Wolves. And we'll release that guy. So those are the 5 defenders we've drafted so far. Only 1 miss in Hoagland. Everyone else is pretty good. Tiervainen and Foreman can go. We are not allowed to sign Tuomo Sivanen, unfortunately. Ethan Belchets is in. Happy to have him. And Longvida we're not allowed to sign, which makes this pretty straightforward and simple in terms of what we have going on. And actually, we can do the off-season training from here. So, Harenstam. Puck controller, athletic. It's a 2.5 star either way. We'll go athleticism. I feel like that's probably a little bit more important. We're able to scout based on different parameters. I agree. That'd be very helpful for a dumb challenge like this. Deno needs to work on reflexes. I forgot to turn off GM firing. I'm going to bed on Napster. Those mistakes happen. Damian Buckley is a trash bag at the moment. That might not ever change. For the defenders, Kirk Dowell. Again, we want to get the physicality up. We want to get the physicality up. We're going to be bad, but at least we're going to beat the shit out of you. Same for Ruchin. Maybe I'll start focus training on other attributes once someone's at a 5-star for physical. But that's what it's got to be. Physicality first. Napster. If I gave up every time I lost 3 hours of progress, I would have stopped making content a long time ago. Yeah, let's redo it tomorrow. Get Connor McDavid. Coal-Miner. The coal miner. Work on that physicality, buddy. And then Trenton Wotherspoon, a pleasant surprise of a low elite. Physicality for you. You should be able to set up every single person's off-season training program without having to click on them individually, by the way. That would be great. Ethan, what we got going on for you, buddy? You're not going to believe this. I want you to get good at punching people in the face. Oh, Magnus Lundberg, you finally have some help. And you're not going to believe this. I want you to work on punching people in the face. Anybody else that we care about? LaBelle. Me training like they had in other NHL games like 2K10. I don't want to be accused of saying the 2K10 is better than it is now. Come on, it's not that good. It is that good. All right, let's see. We got our 3 there, and then at center, Colborne. Last guy to talk to. Trying to get that physicality up. There you go. Okay, cool. That's all we got to do for training. It's quick and easy in the early stages of this when we have so few players that we actually care about. All right, we did just lose our head coach as well. That's not great. But, all right, so the big thing is the coaching staff. Let's get rid of you. And who can we bring in here? Okay, there's some coaches now. There's some coaches. Campbell, I'm sorry, you're out as well. And honestly, this dude's out for the moment, too. Let's see. When was the last EA game that was better than 2K10? I mean, I think you can make the argument that like 14 and Legacy Edition were better. In quite a few ways, maybe not all the ways. Again, I've praised NHL 17 as well. But if you ask me, hey, what game are you going to go back and play? Like, I'm still going to play 2K10 over NHL 14. That's a personal preference thing. But I can openly acknowledge, like, at the time, like, yeah, of course, NHL 14, it was like the idealized version of, hey, we added Be a Pro in the last 5 years, and now it's kind of complete, and we've added EASHL in the last 5 years, and now the idea behind that is complete. We added Ultimate Team within the last 3 years, and now that idea is more fleshed out. So that's why NHL 14's looked back at so fondly, is because it was the culmination of that era of games and what they added in. I know that that Deke mentioned, I don't know if he even played it on stream, he mentioned NHL 07 and like how jank the first version of the skill stick is. Again, by the time we got to NHL 14 and such, like that was that culmination of the skill stick era, fleshing out more modes, next gen type of stuff. So, skating was top notch in 14. If I speak. So I won't speak. All right, a lot of scouts now, too. Let's go. Let's bring in as many of these scouts as possible, please, and thank you. Most of them are better suited for the Nordics. Madden in the quarterback vision of 07, 06. Yes, I'm that big of a nerd. Honestly, so like Madden's vision cone passing at the time, people fucking hated it. I enjoyed it. But again, I look for different things out of sports video games than some other people and what like consensus might be, which I also don't care. Like, never once have I been like, wait, I don't have the popular opinion? That means I'm wrong. No, not on something as, the word's escaping me right now, but not with something that's essentially an art form like a video game. Not with something that's as subjective as a video game, So, if you're afraid of pissing people off, your Twitter timeline determined that's a lie. Look, I'm just saying, and I've said it numerous times, NHL 13 had drastically different skating than 14. I preferred NHL 13 skating. I thought it was way more realistic. And again, for some, realism doesn't equal fun. Right? If I speak. But I felt like that was the one game where players actually properly had weight to them. Which, again, some people are just like, oh my god, if my... people, let's be honest, people like more arcadey skating in hockey games. That's just a fact. So, we won't even have a conversation about that because there's no point in having a conversation about that. That is the consensus. So, Be a Pro starts the mountain resort. Yeah, pricey pond hockey, baby. What, do people have a problem with pricey pond hockey now? Come on. That's some pricey pond hockey. That is some pricey pond hockey. All right. How many more A-grade scouts can we bring in? The passing code. I've been dying to play Madden 05 again. Still good. I played it on stream a couple years ago. Didn't age gameplay-wise as well as I thought it was going to, but it was still good. And I mean, come on, like credit to the Tony Bruno show and all that, you know? I mean, you still can't compete with that. All right, I do need to sign a buttload of free agents as well, but I can do that towards the end. NHL 25 would be better if they actually customized different skating sliders on players, not have everyone skate the same. I mean, they have a couple of authentic skating styles for like the key players, but yeah, for the most part, everyone skates the same. Even though it's supposed to be like, oh, like bigger, like they used to advertise, like, oh, bigger players skate differently than smaller players. It doesn't feel like that. It's just like, oh, cool. His high end speed's lower. Like that's it. In terms of how they skate, it just doesn't feel any different, you know? It's just the speed factor. Because in this game, versus Eschel doesn't matter, straight line speed is still king. Because again, that's whether or not people say it or not, like that 100% is what EA reacted to, is people being like, oh, the skating's too heavy. So now it's just a straight line, you know, speed simulator. And then people complained about the back skating, and then it's just constantly been a back and forth, you know? Fun times for all. All right. Let's see who we can bring in here for the year or two. Bring in this 50 overall guy again. What else can we bring in? Remember the first time me and my buddies put the guy into the bench in the game, we had to pause the game because we were laughing so hard. And then that feature disappeared, and then they added it back in, and then it disappeared, and then they added it back in, and then the Hercules check happened, and, you know, game could be perfect, and people would still find something to complain about. Oh, yeah, for sure. But don't get me wrong, there are elements of this game right now for NHL 25 that EA on their own said, we're going in this direction, we think this will be best for the game. But there are other elements of the game that people asked for and now complain about. That is just a fact. Because that's what happens. I want change. Okay, here's the change you wanted. Why'd you change it? Now I have to relearn how to play the game. Now I'm not as good at what it used to be. Why'd you change it? Like, that is 1,000% happened on numerous occasions, by the way. But that's bound to happen. People like complaining. I like complaining. Complaining is fun. Let's be honest, complaining's fun. Isn't that any game, though? Yeah. Well, especially any game that, especially any game that has an online competitive element. They killed the skill gap in a game. Completely disagree. I could play Eki right now on 0 ping. He's still going to beat me. He's still going to beat me. Even if I got a couple lucky goals, he's still going to beat me. You know, me and the fellas could play EASHL against a team that plays competitively. That team that plays competitively is going to fucking murder us. End of. So I very much disagree about the idea of a skill gap not being a thing. To be fair, it's Eki. Well, yeah, but exactly. Is that not literally then saying that there's a skill gap? You know, like, sure, someone might be able to get some, like, flukier goals or something, but the whole idea of, like, oh, well, the skill gap is down because, like, the pressure system, it's like, brother, you have to be able to hold the puck in the ozone to take advantage of the pressure system. A bad player is not holding the puck in the ozone against the top player. That's just not a thing, you know? It's like, oh, well, like, too many one-timers go in from the point. You still have to get the puck into the fucking zone. It's a one-timer simulator. It's always been a one-timer simulator. What do you mean? I have been playing these games online competitively since NHL 07. Moderately competitively, right? Obviously, I'm not fucking esports level. It's always been a one-timer simulator. Because hockey's a one-timer simulator. It's a one-timer simulator. Well, when the guy who's about to break the all-time fucking scoring record is known for one-timers, surprise, people are also going to take a lot of one-timers in the video game. You know? But yeah, oh, dude, NHL 94, NHL 95 especially, fucking, dude, literally people have been complaining about one-timer spam and glitch goal wraparounds since NHL 95. Like that's just a fact as well. You know? So. Oh, the D2Ds aren't even that hard to defend. I mean, if you know what you're doing, yeah. I mean, sometimes they're still going to go and it's annoying, but let's be honest. Is there any shot on earth that someone's going to surrender in a hut game where they're like, oh, that's fair? You don't hear that too often. Oh, I took that same shot in second period. It didn't go in. This is bullshit. Like, fuck it. I'm guilty of that. Did you ever watch an Ultimate Team series I did? That's why I stopped playing it, because I'm like, the game's the game. Sometimes shit goes in, sometimes it doesn't. You don't like it, don't play it. So I don't play Ultimate Team anymore because I didn't fucking like it. And you got early 2000s games where the goalie stops everything. Dude, I love NHL 04. Jesus fucking Christ. People complain about goalies to this day. I don't think there's another example of NHL 04 or a better example than NHL 04 where goalies are just like either fuck you, you're not scoring, or okay, you could score everything. So, you know. All right, let's get Buckley up here. Who else can we call up? Based on age. We want to call up Hogland, Wotherspoon, Kolamainen. Let's see. Who else can we send down? Bertelson, Latner. Call up this dude again. Here we go. Yeah, NHL 99 where goalies don't stop a pass. Not wrong. Mac Jones mentioned by Tugi's rule, the stream must end. He's not wrong. I'm going to go play Fortnite with Crash Andrews. Stream's over. Mac Jones was mentioned. That's rude and inconsiderate. Oh, man. Don't make me break out the jersey. All right, let's see. Who else can we call up? Lowest rated dudes loading up, bitch. Do it, nerd. You can't play late. You work tomorrow. It's a weekday. Don't sit there and tell me you'd play. All right. Let's see. Let's go best lines for the moment. I have to sort this out. All right. So, Mr. Harenstam, I have no idea what the hell we're going to tell you to do, buddy. No idea. Season goal. Don't commit Sudoku. Trying to get 2 assists with Mike Gardner because I hate my life. Well, there you go. Tugi grind for Shohei and Fortnite. Hey, that's the way to get in the baseball spirit. Louis Anton, I mean, there's literally just no goals I can set for these guys. Buckley, we're probably going to tell you to develop away from the NHL. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Stay on the NHL roster. You go ahead and do that. We'll just throw you to the Wolves. You and Harenstam. Dowell. We pretty much have no shot of him becoming like rookie of the year. He might end up being a right D. That's good for chemistry purposes. Your goal for the year, we're not even going to be able to put up stats, man. We just can't do it. We don't have the roster right now. Ruchin. Only thing I need you to do is to try to become a left defender. Maybe for some of these guys, I could tell them to block shots. That might be the cheat code. We're giving up so many shots and having so many goals scored on us. Maybe someone like Ruchin can block shots. Stat challenge, 11 assists. That's hilarious. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's the cheese for us. I should have looked to see how well people were blocking shots last year. But I didn't. I guess technically I still could. Let's see, Hoagland. Also try to make you a right defenseman. So actually, Nick Ruchin, can I see block shots from last year? Holy shit. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay. He blocked a hell of a lot of shots. Also, 11 assists might be possible. He had 10 of them last year. He did have 10 of them. Honestly, I mean, 11 assists. Oh, I can't. I already set up his goal. Okay. Well, at least I know the block shots are possible. What did I do for Dowell? Just stay on the team. Hoagland. So 76 passing there. Sven Hoagland. Season goal. Stat challenge. 11 assists. We'll go block shots for him. I think it's going to take about 77, 78 passing to get those 11 assists. Wotherspoon. Same thing for you. Okay, we might have found the one season goal to set. Like, defensively, if we're just going to get destroyed all game, it makes all the sense in the world to just tell our boys, hey, try to block shots. So I think that works out pretty well. Because literally a block per game is just 47 blocks on the season. So it's not too bad. Oops, didn't mean to do that. We can just do scheme fit, I guess. Season goal. Also, yeah, I didn't know as little as 11 assists could be the season goal, but there you go. All right, I know. See if you can block some shots. And then Cadeno, we did not care about at all. He was just filler. Right wing side, we don't care. Left wing side, Magnus Lundberg. Still got to see if we can put you... He's up to a third line checking forward. 16 assists. We still got to see if we can put him over at center. Just for the chemistry. God damn it, Magnus. Come on. You have 78 faceoffs. You should have fucking center by default. We make you a power forward? Okay, we might be able to switch him from grinder to power forward. That'll get him a boost of some attributes. That would be sick. X Factor? 17 goals to get Schneip. 22 assists for Third Eye. What's more likely? 17, probably the 22 assists. Because he'll be playing next to old Belchets this season. 22 assists to get Third Eye is hilarious. Normally it's 40. How many did he have last year? 16? I think he could get it. The old Belchets. Okay, Ethan, we want to try to add right wing to you. He's willing to try. That's good. Can we switch you to a grinder so we can get the point boost? No. His goal for the season has to be Calder. You know, if we could somehow sneak away with a Calder winner, we're laughing to the bank. That's the hope. LaBelle. Yeah, not much we can do for LaBelle at this point. For the forwards, honestly, I don't even know what season goal I could set him up for. I guess maybe you could argue block shots as well, but let's see. If we go with a stat challenge, 11 goals, 17 assists, a plus minus of 9, that's not going to happen. Screw it. Jordan, try to block some shots as well, but I don't think we're going to be setting up those goals for forwards. And he won't change play style anyway. Okay. And then last but not least, at center, literally just Colborne, who should not be a center. Not at all. Can we change you to a left wing? Nope. Cool, so we got a center that can't win faceoffs. He's also not willing to be a grinder. What a dick. All right, the next question is, Do we have enough people to focus on, or do we still focus on goalies? I think we probably still focus on the goalie. Patrick Frazee is our coach at the moment. Preseason training. Right back to goalie focused. Why not? At least for now. And then obviously in the future, we'll just work on amplifying the physicality of the players that we have. Try to make it work from there. All right. Let us take a look. Oh, shocker. We're playing Connor Ingram. Oh, never mind. Now it's Jonathan Quick. I was going to say, what do you mean we're playing Connor Ingram? Which one? One of the 7? All right. So how are the goalies looking after the training? Arnstom's up to a 72. That's not bad. I did say for Buckley to try to stay at the NHL level, right? It disappeared, actually. I guess it's a preseason only goal. Cool. So you know what? Well, would he be in the AHL? Deno wouldn't even be back to junior. We'll send down Deno. Let him be the AHL starter. Sorry to the lad, but he's got to go. So the forwards this year, those are the 3 that we care about. Well, and LaBelle. We don't really care about LaBelle as much. So we'll go Belchetz, Lundberg, Colborne. Hope that those 2 can be a dynamic duo. Defensively, it'll be Wotherspoon and Dowell, Ruchin and Kolmainen. Hoagland further down, and Harenstam and Buckley. It's got to be. And our AHL team in Iserlohn. We'll see what they can do. Still got to try to find the best fit coaching-wise, and then we got to fix up the scouting as well. This is our only A coach, though. It's Frazee. Patrick Frazee, 57% fit. What about Fitzgerald? 56. Legwand. 57. Tripp. 57. Rodney. 61. And Ald. 57A or a 61A minus. I think we go with the A. So Frazee will be the head coach. Fitzgerald, that's fine. Let's get Tripp on as assistant coach. Let's drop Legwand down. What the hell just happened? Rod need to be the assistant coach. All right, cool. Whoops. All right, cool. Just need 2 goalie coaches now, and that is ready to go. Arvin Fritz. Minnesota Frost, interested. Minnesota, kick rocks. And Edwin Robinson. I think those 2 guys had the same player face, didn't they? There we go. And then, yeah, try to set up the scouts. We actually have some scouts this year, but all of them specialize in Europe. So that's a bit of a problem. It's a smidge.